Hi, welcome to this episode of Cooking in Bucharest. In this episode we'll be making a chicken borscht soup. You see it's kind of interesting over there. This is how the guys are putting on the styrofoam insulation hanging by one cord off of, 10-story building. So what you'll need for this soup is some beets. We've grated our beet. We have some carrot and parsnip grated with crushed garlic on top of there, some diced leek, and then we have a lot of chicken stock that we made. Also be sure you have plenty of onions, which you've chopped, in a big pot. Alright, I also forgot two important ingredients. You need some borscht and a can of tomatoes. We're going to start by lighting our fire. These matches are junk. There we go. So, got our fire going. And you're going to want a hot pan, and I don't know if I mentioned, but you'll need some oil. Sunflower oil is the cheapest stuff here, and it's good. It's really expensive in America, but we can afford it here. So you're going to want to, depending on how much you make, you're going to coat the bottom of your pan. I got half a centimeter in there. Olive oil is really good too, but this is, a quarter of the price. From there, you're going to take your rice. I found some whole grain rice. And when your oil's hot, you're going to put the rice in there and kind of fry it a little bit. You can tell when your oil's hot because it's not so thick. It runs around like water. And it kind of as the oil convects, it makes streaks down the pot. Okay, I think our oil's hot now. We're going to throw our rice in there, probably about that much. And we're going to fry it a little bit, get it crispy. Just kind of gives it a nicer texture once it's in the soup. I may have overdid it on the oil here, but I got a lot of soup. So, we're so grateful to God for good food, to be able to feed our family. So, I don't know if you can really see down in there, but the rice is cooking. Let's see what we got. Maybe I can let you see. There you go. Now you can see down there the rice is cooking. It's brown, so it's looking brown. It's brown rice. But we're going to want to actually get it kind of browner in color as it cooks. Just do the mixing with a wooden spoon. It's sounding like popcorn. In the place of rice, you could also use pasta or something like that, any starchy thing. But yeah, I forgot to do the potatoes. But our rice is looking pretty good. I'll let you get a look at that. It's nice and crispy. This is my beautiful wife peeling the potatoes. There's her hands. Okay. We forgot the potatoes. Tried to be prepared, but we're getting together in this. Alright. Now our rice is good. Wow, it's actually popping like Rice Krispies. Some of them. Interesting. So next we're going to throw our onions in there. I don't know what that is. That's a piece of beet. You throw in your harder vegetables first. The onions you kind of want to brown a little bit. So I don't throw my garlic in right now because garlic is a little more, it burns easier. The onions you can caramelize and they're still good. I would use more onions, but that's all we had. We also had a little bit of leek. We used the leaves in making the stock, and we'll use this in our soup, the good part. And when you think about it, all the ingredients in this soup, much less than $10, I'd guess. Then you just kind of caramelize this really hot oil. Next we're going to throw in some of our vegetables with the garlic. Any root vegetables, celery root, I think it's called parsnip, we have in America. Those are all vegetables that I've grated up or diced and put in here. And this is our beet. Be sure and stir our vegetables in. Putting our potato right in there. So we're putting the potatoes in that we forgot about. Grateful to my wife for her prompt help. Let's stir them up. Vegetables are really becoming more tender if you do it this way. And this makes a nicer soup. I'll let you take a look in there. That's kind of what we've turned into. That's what we've got in the pot. Now we're going to cook it a little more. We get a nice, so they get the consistency you want, kind of things softened up. Would have been better to put the potatoes in right away, but it wasn't much delay. Thyme, we go so-so. There's already a lot of thyme that we used in the broth, and that we strained out. We got some fresh thyme from the piazza. And here we have some pepper. We're going to grind some pepper in there. Got a little bit of white pepper. White pepper is a little stronger. Has a nice flavor though. Now we got some salt. Just going to throw plenty of salt. Basically at the end of the soup, when things are cooked up, we'll taste it for saltiness and add some lemon, and of course taste it for saltiness after adding the lemon, because the lemon kind of takes away the saltiness. If you ever have something too salty, you can add some lemon and it will tone it down a little bit. I've got a roux going on the bottom of the pan because I haven't stirred it that well. But that will release when we throw the cold broth in. Since I've got some, we'll put some of this fresh thyme too. Still has the purple flowers on there. I got it hanging up on the window to dry. Alright, and here's the fun part. We're going to add our, actually I'll let you take a look in there. Let you take a look inside. See how things are going. See past the steam. That's the fresh thyme on top. We got a pretty soft mixture in there, and now we're just gonna shock it with this cold broth. I've got some other I'm gonna throw in. 1, 2, in our third pot of broth, chicken stock. I'm going to stir it, but you'll see in there that immediately it just makes a beautiful color. It releases all the stuff and takes on this nice yellow. I think it does that especially from the heating of the vegetables before. So, while our soup's going, give it a quick stir, get that stuff off the bottom that we just loosened up, and kind of feel it. This just has a beautiful color because of the beets. And we're going to add a borscht, but at this time we're also going to add some, I hope these are cubed, some cubed tomatoes. It's just easier in the can than doing all the peeling of them and everything. Just add a little tomato, that gives it some acidity, some nice acidity. And our borscht. I don't really know what borscht is in America, or if we even have it, but what we do have is something called kraut juice. I've seen that like at a big store like Meijer or something, and it smells pretty similar. But borscht is actually like made with fermented wheat bran or something like that. So we're just going to add this whole bottle here. It's not much, it's like 60 cents for this bottle. Even less if you buy it at the piazza, the market. So, we've put our borscht in, give it a big stir, and we've got a pretty soup. You gotta take a look at this. Let's see if you can see it. There. I'm going to zoom in and let you take a look. See how that goes. Alright. Just beautiful, beautiful colors there. Give it a stir. What we're going to do now is bring our soup to a boil. Once it's to a boil, I'm going to put the lid on, of course, bring it to a boil, and then when it comes to a boil, we'll put it down to a simmer for half an hour, 40 minutes, whenever the vegetables are the right texture. At that point, we'll add the lemon juice, which isn't really necessary in a borscht, but we're going to do it. We'll add the lemon juice, and after that, adjust it for saltiness, and our soup will be done. Alright, we'll see you then. Well, you can see the soup's cooking away. We've added our lemons, tasted it for saltiness. I think it needs, you gotta be careful with that part, wait for it to cool so you don't burn your tongue. I think it needs a little more salt. I actually added some more before that too. But salt is good. Give it a nice mix. One more taste and I think our soup is pretty much done. Well, this is our finished soup. See, I'll give it a stir and you kind of see some of the nice textures there. Let's see how it tastes. It's good stuff. Wow. Alright. Well, I hope you're able to check out some of the other videos on our channel, especially the ones that have the gospel in there, because that's the most important thing. Alright, thank you.